Okay, so I've got a Word document here. I want to add bullet points in. You could click on there and get your normal sort of default dots here, which are used very frequently. You could have numbers as well if you clicked here as well, but let's just concentrate on this. But I want to do something maybe a bit more interesting. So what I'm going to do is click on the down arrow next to the bullet points. So you can see I've got some here that are recently used, but I'm going to go to define new bullet point and just take it from there. So you've got some here and it's remembered some that I've done. You can do things like change the fonts, and you can change it from something from symbol to something else maybe, and you can choose a font color and so on. I'm not going to do that here because actually I prefer to do it through the bullet point. So I'm going to click here, and you can see it's got the symbol here, and you can see it's got a whole load. But there's the copyright symbol. There's some other bits here, those wavy lines for approximately, and some others here as well that you might find useful. And a bit like in the font section, you've got the symbol and you can actually go through and choose different ones. So another popular one to use other than symbol is wingdings. By clicking on any of them, you can see that you're going to get a preview. It's going to magnify it a bit. And there are two other sets of wingdings here as well that you could choose. And I'm just going to go back to the first wingdings. I'm going to choose that telephone, click on OK, and it has popped it in here as a sample. Now, you can indent it. You can see it's indenting, and you can see behind there is the indent. I can reduce that indent. Let's reduce it down to 0.2, so it's closer to the margin. You could also change the indent of the text, so you could decrease it. Maybe I don't need it so far, or I could increase it more. You could add a tab stop so that if you press tab, it will stop at whatever that tab value is, but I don't want to do that here. If I went into font now, you would see it's got the telephone there, and you could change it to a different color. So this is where the fonts could become useful. Okay, so I could even change the size of it and make it bigger, which might be more useful. So let's click on OK. Let's click on OK again, and there you have it. Maybe that was too big, that icon there, but I could go back and change it. So I can just go back into here, define new bullet point, fonts, and let's just drop it down to say something like 18. Okay, we don't want it taking over there. So there you have it. That's what it looks like. That's very nice. I could, if I wanted to, change that to say an image, which is what I had before. And I can do that by highlighting them, going into my drop down here, define new bullet points, and I could now go for a picture. And when you do it, it takes you into the default one that you get in Word. I'm going to choose this red swirl .gif here. I'm going to change it to another picture that I've got, but let's just use the built-in one for now. Let's click on Insert and OK. And you can see it's done it. It's not terribly sharp as a resolution. I would kind of make that smaller. Okay, but I can change this to an image. And by the way, you can have different bullet points here along the way, and I'll just do that. So you can have a different bullet point, different image, or whatever bullet point that you choose. So let's go to define new bullet point, go to picture. I'm going to go to my folder here. I'm going to choose this one because it kind of looks like something you'd use as a logo. Let's click Insert. Let's click OK. And there we go. So there you have it. And that can look quite neat. And if I was to put another one in, it would appear there as well. So I've just pressed the Enter key. If I click here and I want to change just one of these to say a different image, I can do that. But if I click just like that and I change it, it will change it for all of them. I just want to change that line, so I highlight it. Click here again, go to define new bullet points, and I can choose a picture. This time I'm going to go back to my images. I've got this image here, it's of a cat. Let's do that, and let's click on OK. And there you have it. Now this is a pretty good size, you can make it out. You can't change it, let me just go here. You can't now change it in the font option. So you'll see font is not available. So I can't change the size of it there. But what I did find when I first put this in, this was much higher resolution image. It was something like 2,900 pixels across. I changed it down to 800 pixels across. Before it was too small and I couldn't make it out. So by sort of changing the size of the image, made it a more acceptable sort of size. So if yours are not coming through just right, just change that, make a copy of your image first, then reduce it down and the resolution, and just see how that comes out. You've got to insert it each time. So just have a go and see how that works out. Okay, so that's what you can do if you're actually customizing a bullet point list. But I'm just going to show you something here with the numbered list. So I'm just going to highlight these. I'm going to go to numbers. I can just do numbers here like that. And it's done what I expect. However, what if I wanted it to start from a different number? Well, what I can do is click on the drop down here. You can see there's all sorts of other versions. So you've got some with brackets, full stops, Roman numerals, ABC, small ABC, small Roman numerals. But let's see if I go into define new number formats. And again, you could change it here. You could change the font. I could click here and I could change it to a different font. Maybe let's change it to typewriter. And you could do a color again. So let's do red. Click on OK. And it's got the number styles here. See, you could even have it with text which didn't show up or leading zeros. Let's just go to this one here, which says start at. I don't want it to start at number 1. I might want it to start at number 4. Or maybe you've got a list and then you create another list and it's carrying on with the numbers and you want it to go back to 1. You could do that. The number position here is on the left. You can have it centered. You can see it's giving you a preview here, and you could have it on the right as well. So left is the most common one. And again, you've got the indenting here where you want it to start, and again, the indenting for the text. Let's click on OK. And there you go. It's changed it so it starts at the number 4. And if I was to add another one in, it would continue. I'm sure you're curious. Let's go to define new number format, and let's do it with some text instead. It's quite neat, isn't it? So 8, let's just put in another one. So there you go. That's what you can do to customize bullet points. You can do this with bullet points, and as I've shown you as well, you can do it with a numbered list as well. You can explore these a bit more, but they should give you a good start to trying things out with bullet points to maybe make things stand out a bit more. And as I said, this works as well in PowerPoint, and I will do a separate video for that as well. Thanks for watching. If you do like this, please do like, share and subscribe, and come back for more.